Hello, welcome back to Football Now as we preview the latest round of Premier League fixtures, run you through the betting odds and give our own predictions. As you can see, I'm joined by Connor there. This video will be focusing on Manchester City's hosting of Bournemouth, Saturday, 3 o'clock at the Etihad. Before we get into the game and the betting odds themselves, I want to remind everyone of the ongoing competition at Football Now, where you will win a football shirt of your own choice. One lucky winner will, by subscribing to the channel and leaving a comment in this video and all the other videos we've done and will do until we hit 100 subscribers. You can say a football shirt of the winner's choice. The decision will come on our Twitter at footballnow_1. So give us a follow over there as well. That's where the decision will be announced when we do hit that big 100 mark. Connor, Manchester City, like I said, hosting Bournemouth on the back of a good win in the Manchester derby last weekend. Do you want to talk us through the betting odds? I'm pretty sure I can predict who will be favourites, but
yeah. Well, I was thinking this game that if every now and then in a season you do look at a game where you're thinking this is 4-5-6-0, and I think the bookmakers think this is one of them, and so do I. 1 to 10, it's hardly worth a bet. I think if you got a £5 free bet in your account, maybe stick it on the draw or stick it on a Bournemouth win even. But certainly, I wouldn't be putting any of your hard-earned pennies on this fixture. The bookmakers expect it to be pretty routine for Manchester City. It's hard to argue against that. They're the best team in the world. Despite what that says, we know that they could just click into gear at any moment. They had those back-to-back defeats against Wolves and Arsenal, but it's not really set them back, to be honest, because they're still only 2 points off top. They're level on points with second place Arsenal, and they're just, you just feel that they could turn it on in any game that they play. They had a really good result last time at Old Trafford against Manchester United. 3-0 they won. It's probably their best performance of the season, to be honest with you. And then before that, Brighton 2-1. We know how good of a side Brighton are despite a dip in form. So that would have been good to get the 3 points there. And even though Bournemouth did okay last time out, they beat Burnley 2-1, first win of the season for them. Takes them just above the relegation zone as well. You can't see them putting up too much of a challenge. This isn't a question of who's going to win this game. It's going to be a question of how many Manchester City win by, which I've used the phrase quite a bit this season. It's a bit cliche, but this isn't going to be the game that defines Bournemouth's season. If they lose 4-5-6-0, I don't think it's something that they're going to be taking into the next game with them. I just think it's one of those. When you are playing away at one of the big boys, those results can happen. So I expect a Manchester City victory. I'd expect a very, very heavy victory. There's no point putting Man City in an ACCA 1 to 10. It's never any point putting those into an ACCA. And like I said, if you've got a £5 free bet, maybe stick it on a draw or a Bournemouth win, but certainly don't put any real money on it because it's just so unlikely.
Yeah, I think if there's any fantasy Premier League players out there as well, you'd be looking to triple captain Erling Haaland this weekend. Like you said, you can see Man City getting a fair wedge of goals here. We've mentioned the win away to United at Old Trafford on Sunday. We completely played them off the park, especially in the second half. Haaland getting 2 and setting one up for Foden as well. There was talk, is Haaland, is he in a bit of a dry spell? And then he goes and does that, in one of their biggest games on paper, at least.
Dry spell. It's Premier League top goal. It's mad that people are saying it's a dry spell for him. He's still Premier League top goal scorer by 3 goals.
It's scary, really.
Yeah, I mean, if people are saying how great of a season Heung-min Son is having, well, he's got 3 goals less. People say how good Mo Salah started. He's got 3 goals less. It's the bar that Haaland set for himself, hasn't it?
Yeah, I remember you mentioned Salah in his first season. He scored a load of goals, and I think he got about 40 odd in all competitions. I think he only managed to get about 28 in his next season. There were people like, "Oh, hang on, he's a dip in form." You're like, "Hang on." It's crazy, that's football for you, and football on social media, especially, you're not going to find many intelligent conversations on there. In terms of injuries for Man City, I think it's only Kevin De Bruyne who's been ruled out. He's been ongoing for the majority of this season. Bournemouth, however, do have a few players out. Tyler Adams still ruled out for injury. Lewis Cook, I think, is ruled out with a red card. Ryan Fredericks with a calf injury. Macondes and Neto also out with ankle injuries. So they've got a few players out, but as you've mentioned there, as cliche as it sounds, this won't be the a fixture which you'll be looking back on for Bournemouth, determining whether it'll be the difference between them staying up or going down. That Burnley win, I think it'll be massive for them, especially heading into this game. They managed to get 3 points on the board. I'm looking at their next round of fixtures now. They've got a few difficult games in Newcastle at home, but then they've got Sheffield United away, which I'm sure is another fixture they'll be eyeing to get more points on the board, and they host Villa away to Palace, then travel to Man United as well. With Bournemouth, I think they will always have hopes. I just think those three sides below them, I don't know. I just can't see any of those three sides staying up. You never know. It is fine margins down there, like you said. All it takes is one or two decent results. We've seen with Everton had a few decent results, and now they've pulled away a little bit. But equally, it takes a few bad results. You can be dragged straight back. In terms of Man City, you mentioned as well, I don't think they've been at their best in performance-wise this season, but it's scary because I think, what are they, 2 points off the top of the table still? And, so that's the bar they've set for themselves, talking about Erling Haaland. There's a big game this month for Man City. I think they host Liverpool at the end of November at the Etihad at a 12:30 kickoff. If those two sides are still, within proximity of each other, which I think we'd probably expect them to be in and around the same area of the table, that could be a massive game for them. But yeah, in terms of their hosting the Bournemouth, I can't see, never mind Bournemouth getting anything. I think it could be quite a heavy defeat. I think, as you've touched on there, I'll give my prediction now. I'm going to go for a 5-0 home win for Man City. I just think, like we've mentioned, they're at home. Can't see anything different really taking place. Connor, do you want to give your prediction as well? I imagine you're going to be similar.
Yeah, well, I was debating between 4 and 5-0. I don't think Manchester City have been at their brilliant goal scoring best. 22 goals in 10 games by Manchester City's standards. I think they'll be hoping for a little bit more than that. I think the few of their victories have been by a narrow scoreline. So I'm going to go with 4-0. But yeah, like we said, I think it is just a matter, isn't it, of how many. The prediction isn't the result. The prediction is how many Man City are going to win by. If we got egg enough, so be it. But it's very difficult to see Bournemouth getting anything from this game, and I don't think that'll concern them too much.
No, absolutely not. Especially on the back of that win against Burnley last weekend, I think they'll be still buzzing with that. As you can see, our head-to-head predictor there. We get 3 points for the correct scoreline and 1 point for the correct result. Connor looking to close that gap this weekend. Let us know how you fare against us as well in the comments down below of your own predictions. Like I said at the top of the video, that will also boost your chances of winning the football shirt of your own choice. Once we hit 100 subscribers here on the channel, we're 3/4 of the way there now, so we're not far off it. So do get involved. Give yourself the best possible chance by commenting on not just this video, the videos we've done before and the videos that we will be doing in the future up until we hit that 100 mark. You can find the decision on our Twitter as well, at footballnow_1. That concludes our preview of Manchester City hosting Bournemouth. We'll see you on the channel for all the other Premier League fixture previews this weekend. See you over there. Hello, welcome back to